Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Color Sex 360 show. I don't know. I don't know if you see this on the screen. I'm gonna leave a overlay. So I'm gonna do a monologue. So I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why? 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 I'm just gonna read this verbatim. We understand there are still open questions around matchmaking and some confusion about what we've shared. So we've gathered some more details to shed light on where things stand going into the Modern Warfare 4 beta. Short version, the initial batch of data is showing strong improvements with the new system. Here's what we're seeing. We'll get to this in a minute, okay? Just let me read. Okay? First, players are sticking around longer and playing more matches. Since Season 5, quit rates are down across every skill group. For more than half of players, they dropped 41%. Search times are also down versus Season 4. Average ping has improved too. Of course, time of day, location, and your connection still impact your experience the most. We know some players like open, but the issues were clear. For 80% of players in Black Ops 7 from launch to Season 4, okay? Open versus standard, okay? That's their wording, not ours, okay? So, open versus standard saw 32% higher quit rates, 14% fewer kills per minute, 5.3 lower win rates, 59% more not fun rating. On Nuketown 24/7, quit rates jumped 141%. Our most competitive players were leaving 1 in every 3 matches. Quit rates skyrocketed, and it was disruptive across every skill group. What they're talking about here is when you quit a match, it was harder for them to backfill the match. So they're not fetching new players in to join the match when you quit a match. Okay? So the backfilling is not happening. That's the way I read from that. Okay? So, what about disbanding lobbies? And that's part of what I just said. So the backfilling is not correlating with the disbanding lobbies. Okay? About 50% of players leave after the first match, and by game 3, almost none of the original lobby remains. It's because you disbanded the lobbies. What are you talking about? In the past, we could have like lobbies persistent from time to time to time to time. Sometimes they disband, but it's because of the ping. So here you are, you're confused why there's disbanded lobbies. Let me keep going. Okay? Backfilling takes okay, they just admitted that backfilling takes longer. Well, if that wasn't skill-based matchmaking, well, that would be a problem. When I talk about skill-based matchmaking, we're not talking about the old system. We're talking about the current system that has AI built into the whole system. If you're gonna say no, there's no AI in there, bullcrap. Because number one, I have a video on this channel already going over the way the Modern Warfare 2019 matchmaking works, how that server compensation works. And there's a video on the Infinity Ward channel that goes over how skill-based matchmaking works at that point. At that point, what we know about AI, they're watching your matches and they're predicting your bullet penetration. If you let me use PlayStation right here, okay? If you press a button and it happens, right? But your bullet has to be predicted where that bullet arrives over there. If it's over there, then it is going to go over there. Okay? And the other part is with this skill-based matchmaking system, which has AI in it, what we know today, we know there's AI in it. And I don't have to prove it. They literally released a video about it and they explain it in detail. They don't call it AI, but it's a system that predicts your shots, predicts your movement, okay? Movement, okay? So if you're over here and the server predicts that you're over here, the console already understands you're over here, okay, over here, but the server predicts that you're going to go over here, okay? That's the skill-based matchmaking system that we have today. So now they're confused why we feel like the skill-based matchmaking is inorganic, okay? That's just one facet of the system. So when I am on a kill streak, and there's a video on this channel, or the Carlos X720 channel, that channel is a gameplay channel, and it shows that when I try to press a button and I want to do something, the skill-based matchmaking system tells me, hey, you need to get out of that spot or we're going to force you to get out of that spot. But what if I want to stay there and predict another player coming to me? Okay? So, why is it complicated? It is because Microsoft has a mandate. And this is before the acquisition, okay? This is before the acquisition. They were preparing for the acquisition to actually happen so that when they get acquired, they don't get fired because of the AI mandate, okay? But that's not the problem that we have with the system. Because our connection, for example, PlayStation 5, has strong connection, which doesn't make sense with the ports because we have good connection, but at that point of time when Black Ops 2 came out, that system was peer-to-peer. It should have moved from peer-to-peer connection to dedicated servers. That's all we asked for all these years. Okay? But the problem is when they brought dedicated servers, they also built a matchmaking system that predicts what you're going to do in that match, and then you're in a match where it feels like the computer is controlling you and the other players, and then there's no organic matchmaking pool where you are playing against players, but you're the AI against the other players. It's confusing, but it's in the first Infinity Ward speech about the skill-based matchmaking system. They don't call it the skill-based matchmaking system, but there's a patent that is available on United States Trademark Office website, and they explain it, and it's like this. And then when we experience it in Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2 2022, it's important to make that distinction because we're talking about the new Modern Warfare 2, not the old one, because the old one, you can get into a match like this. And the points, they show it. But we have these tweets that say, I'm going to continue, okay? Backfilling takes longer. Starting fresh gets players into a match faster and lets us better prioritize ping. And to that I say, bull crap. Bullshit. It was never about ping, because if it was about ping, we would have gotten into matches faster to begin with. And I'm talking about the current matchmaking in Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, and the new Black Ops ports. Okay? The new Black Ops ports, they're faster. But we have to contend with the server compensation. And that's where the problem with... I don't know if I'm making sense. But ever since Modern Warfare 2019 came out, we've been dealing with the skill-based matchmaking system, and we've been trying to tell Activision that this is not a good thing, and this is not a good system, okay? If you want money from us, Activision, it's really simple. $60, I pay it to you. I played the game. If I like a weapon in the shop, I'm going to buy it. And when you manipulate players into buying skill-based matchmaking levels of weapons, then you are manipulating players into being sanitized and to buying the weapons and doing this and this and that or the other. Because once you buy a weapon, that does favor you in the skill-based matchmaking. Okay? You are whitelisted. You are whitelisted if you buy a weapon on the shop. I've seen it firsthand. I am not a really good Warzone player, but I have a brother who bought skins and weapons sometimes. It's because he likes that particular weapon. or skin. Okay? But the thing is, when he goes into a lobby and he uses that particular weapon or skin, his lobbies are better. So he thinks he's a good player. Huh. So what do you think these Timmy No Thumbs think when they buy those weapons? What do you think they feel about it? So I don't believe you when you say all this stuff right here. Okay? Here. Two things we want to clear up. First, this is not a return to the tighter matchmaking of recent games. Connection remains a top priority. We went over this, and it's bullshit. Second, every Call of Duty have had matchmaking that considers skill, including Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and that's bullshit too. You're lying to us, you're lying to me, you're lying to your prospective customers because the proof is in the pudding, okay? When you see all those players buy Black Ops 2, they're not buying it for the skill-based matchmaking. They're not doing that. No. They're doing it because the system that we had before was not the same one as the new skill-based matchmaking system that we have today. It's not the same thing. No, it's not. Now, we can go. But matchmaking has never been on Switch. One switch. Location, time of play, playlist, party compensation, platform, cross-play settings, and player population all affect how lobbies are built. The new system is finding a better balance across all of these for the best experience. But the problem, dude, is that you're not fetching matches like the old days. Okay? In the old days, it was okay. This player has good ping. This player has this rank. This player has this. This player has that. But ever since Modern Warfare 2019, all we've been doing is sitting at the lobby screen to get into a match. When we sit there for minutes on end, when we sit there for 10 minutes, you are bullshitting us when you tell us that the skill-based matchmaking that we had back in 2007 or 2008, you're telling us that, you're gaslighting us, not the other way around, because we've been experiencing the matchmaking for years. You got people like Blaine Tooth, you got people like The Rick, you got people like Neo Cinema, you got people like the Exclusive Ace. I'm gonna put Exclusive Ace on the top of this list because he's the one who has the most accurate, the most detailed videos about how the skill-based matchmaking system works. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring up another person. His name is Prime Pete. You know how I discovered his channel? You want to know how I discovered his channel? His accurate, pointed, sharp videos explaining how the skill-based matchmaking system works. I'm going to link it down there in the description if I remember to do that. And I'm going to make sure that I do that because this guy was very well written, well researched, well he's on the same level as Exclusive Ace, bro. Okay? Both of those two are the only most accurate, the most detailed people who talk about skill-based matchmaking, who talk about the weapons, who talk about the abilities, the kill streaks, and all this stuff to help players how to play better in Call of Duty. Okay? Shout out to those guys. Okay, then we got Foley, we got the Rick, we got who else? T-Dog. Tyler, I hope you're not blacklisted, but they're going to at some point. They did it to Nick Merckx. So, we're talking about a company. I mean, here's what doesn't make sense to me. Why would you do all this? And I'm going to leave a card up here, too, by the way, talking about the AI and SBMM. Why would you do all this complicated stuff to gaslight your own customers? For what reason? Do you really want to make money? And I'm talking to Activision. I'm also talking to Infinity Ward. Okay? Do you want to make money? Or not? It's a simple question. Because if you don't, you are owned by Microsoft. What do you think Microsoft is going to do when they find out that you motherfuckers, yeah, I'm talking about you guys. What do you think Microsoft is going to do when they find out Modern Warfare 4 stats are low? You might as well clean up your desk, because let me tell you something. You're going to get fired. That ego of yours is sabotaging you, and it's sabotaging the sales of Modern Warfare 4 or any Call of Duty before that. Going all the way back to Modern Warfare 2019. It's been 7 years. I'm surprised you kept your job for that long. I'm surprised you even kept that job. I don't know how you kept that job. Get fired. Microsoft is going to fire you all. And when that happens, I ain't laughing. It's not funny. But I am going to laugh at the leftists that loses the job at Infinity Ward. I'll tell you why I will laugh at you guys. It's because the gaslighting is not funny. You're losing money for the company and the acquirer, in this case, Microsoft and Activision. The problem with Activision is listening to the little kids at Infinity Ward with hurt feelings. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt you? Are you gonna cry like a little baby? Bro, your job is not to gaslight your customers. Your job is to make money. Do you want to keep your job? Because Microsoft's gonna fire you. Activision's not gonna protect you, bro. At some point, they're gonna have to go, okay, we'll fire them. Okay, we'll do that. And even if Activision stays on the job, eventually they'll be fired. but then the damage is already done. Okay? So let's keep going. Oh, and one more thing. They said the new system is finding a better balance across all these for the best experience. But the matchmaking has never been one switch. It was always supposed to be one switch. Okay? You have two places. The general pool of players and the sweaty players. Where do you think these people are supposed to go? They're supposed to go to the main lobbies. Where do you think these people are going to have to go? Rank play. It should be two systems. They do not belong together because it should be like this. Because this right here is your player base. Okay? When we're talking about this, we're talking about casual players. Okay? This right here is the 1% of the entire player base. And that's the sweatiest people on the pool of players. But the problem is, rank is very strict that all these sweats are going to the normal matchmaking. And then you wonder why there's hackers in casual play. See, right here. This should be ranked and should have skill-based matchmaking. This should have light matchmaking. Where do you think the third matchmaking is? It should never be a thing. But the thing is, they put all those three matchmaking into the two pools. Those two pools are different players. Why would I want to be in the same match as the person who was sweaty? Why? Why? So we're going to keep going. Some of our top players are facing tougher competition. So you admit that. But they're quitting less. That's because you gaslighted them into thinking they're good players, and then when the good players get matched with sweaty players who are playing for the CDL matches or some kind of brand account on Twitter or whatever, the optics, the phase, the Boston Beach teams, those people look for the sweatiest of the sweatiest, and then guess what? The casuals, when they play the game, they feel like they're in a chore. That is the word I'm looking for. So, what's your solution? Putting three matchmaking pools into the two places? You're going to make a lot of people leave. And what gets me is, why would you do that? when you're trying to sell copies. Your job is not to make everything complicated. Your job is to make it simple. We hear the feedback from this group and wanting more match variety. So you admit that the sweatiest of the sweatiest want the casual experience too. But yet, you're not going to listen to them. You're just gonna keep going, right? And wanting tougher matches to actually mean something. Well, what they mean is, back in the days, you were ranking up and you were getting something rewarded for that ranking up. Started all the way back in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the game that you're developing. That's a sub-genre of Call of Duty. Okay? In that game, you ranked up, you got a weapon, item, this, that, or the other. When you prestige, you got a reward too. When you reset the prestige, you got a little bit of reward with the incremental system of rewards, especially in later games. I'm not saying it's in every single Call of Duty game, but that was a system that rewarded players no matter who you were. Okay? That solved that one. Okay? We expect match variety will continue to improve for this group of players in the beta. The work isn't done. So what happens next? Hold up here. Don't worry about that on the bottom. Anyway, so what happens next? The Modern Warfare 4 beta will use the new system. We'll also have open matchmaking available so we can keep learning from both. What data? What data? Why? We have been telling you the data. Why are we making this complicated? Why? The start of this video is why. Why? Do you want to make money or you don't want to make money? You might as well not make money and then you might as well get fired. Which one do you want? Do you want money or you don't? Because Microsoft wants money. They need money. And I don't know if you understand this, Activision, and I'm talking to you and Infinity Ward. We are in a recession. There are people who are hurting for jobs, bro. Do you want to lose your job? Because there are people who would die to have your job, to replace you. There are people out there who are standing by for a job from you guys. You're sitting sitting out here gaslighting customers. Are you kidding me? You want to lose your jobs. You want to lose that. Okay. Go ahead. Do it on your own accord. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. I'll continue a little bit here. We'll keep looking at the data, listening to what players are telling us, and improving. Who are these players? Who are these players? We've been telling you for 7 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 years. I said that in Spanish. 2 language. 7 years. 7 days. ¿Y por qué? Call of Duty is about having fun, and matchmaking exists to support that. Our goal is simple. Make every match a good match. It doesn't. I'll have a link up here to the video. 2 videos or something like that. I don't know. Don't care. I'll take you there. We'll explain it there. Okay? That video, it's going to talk about skill-based matchmaking. Okay? That's the second time I said that. Okay? So, recap. This is bullshit. All of it. Bullshit. All this. And on top of that, the original post got community noted. And it's not just a spiteful thing. These customers are telling you that you're wrong. And that's not the first one. I scroll down. Context is written by people who use X and appears when rated helpful by others. Find out more. 1.7 million people saw that. So why are we making this complicated? This is not the only one. Community noted. Community noted. Yeah. Your job is to sell millions and millions of copies of Call of Duty. Nothing else. Okay? That's all you have to do. And the worst part is, if I right click here and go to here, this trailer was released hours before that post. Good trailer too, by the way. I think it's a good trailer. I think it is. Hey. Look at that. I'm going to have this overlaid. Video is going to be muted. Because of copyright stuff. but it looks really good. It looks like a Call of Duty trailer. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful graphics. Beautiful. It looks like a game that I would like to play. But the problem is, once you get past all this graphic and you get past the gameplay, what else you're gonna have to think about? You have to think about the skill-based matchmaking, because when you play the game, pew 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 pew, and you feel like you're manipulated, you wasted $70. So these scam artists, Infinity Ward, these scam artists want to make it difficult for everybody. I don't care if I get blacklisted. I already don't care, dude. You want to blacklist me? Don't care. I care about my experience playing the game. All this negative press that you have recently, it ain't helping you. This video ain't helping you. But you shot yourself in the foot by putting out that skill-based matchmaking stuff for 7 years. You burnt many players. Nobody cares about Call of Duty. Nobody cares about Modern Warfare 4. And you're affecting my website too, by the way. This is my website. And this is a great ending to a trailer. Look at that. That is gorgeous. A lot of people see it as cringy, but that's the natural natural reaction to what just happened. Like, fuck you to and here's the original trailer. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Again, I'm gonna leave the links down there in the description. You can go and take a look. But this looks great. This looks good. Graphics are awesome. The motion capture is great too. It evokes realism. Look at that. Explosions all over the place. Michael Bay shit. And then there's a World War III. And then chaos. Looks like a good trailer. So, the problem is, once you get past all this, now you have to deal with the matchmaking. Now you have to deal with the connections. Now you have to deal with the servers. Microsoft is a good match for Call of Duty because Microsoft has servers all around the world. The problem is Xbox, the Xbox brand, Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Live, Xbox Network, whatever you call it now, It's all down. And it is because of the digital future that they set for the industry. And nobody understands that fact. So, I don't know. I don't know what Activision and Infinity Ward wants. Do you want to lose your money? Do you want to lose your jobs? Okay. Do that on your own accord. But there is no multiplayer first-person shooter out on the market on the same scale as Call of Duty. There is a reason why we bought Call of Duty in the first place, and it is not just the community. You took that away from us. These Black Ops ports worked, but then you keep sabotaging yourself. You keep shooting yourself on the foot. And for what? What do you want? Do you want money? Or do you want to get fired? It's a simple question. I think I just made my point so far. And I'm just gonna go and say that'll be all for this video. Like, subscribe, talk about Counter-Strike 360, comment, share the video, do all that jazz. Stay awesome. I'll see you all later.